Okay, I got another building here for you. I'm gonna show you how to this different type of entranceway. We used to have a shop over here in Kansas City called Spotlight Model Railroad. They had this type of entrance, but I believe the opening came from this way instead of this opposite side. But I decided to do mine this way, look almost like it. I'm not gonna call this the Spotlight Model Railroad, but it's kind of an interesting entrance way to show you how to make it. See, I just cut this part here open and move this part back and put this entrance piece in here. I will go all the way across with here another piece after I make the door. I have to design what type of door I want to put in there. I don't know if I'm going to put an all glass door or not, which I'm thinking I might make an all glass door. Had this large opening window, sort of a modern, an old building turned into something of the 60s era looking building turned into a more modern building. Okay, you see my back of my building here. So I put a little window on it. I haven't given a name to my shop yet, but I think I'm calling it BA Florist Shop, what I'm thinking I'm going to make it out of. I'm going to put a skylight in. See these pieces here? I'm building a skylight. And I got one over here I'm working on. Oh, one of your my tips for is get some of these engineering squares. These things are very good to use. Don't forget to get your polished stone. No glue or anything sticks to this. You also use glass. Glass is probably the best to use for gluing and painting. Both stone and glass are very good for painting, gluing, and working on things, keeping things square and flat. You can glue your two pieces together. Okay, let me show you a way to cut strip plastic with, real easy with. Make sure you have one of these larger knives and this type of angle on there, on your blade. All you do is put it down to keep it square. Just rock back and forth. It comes right off. And make sure it keeps a square in on there. Okay, back to the front door. I added this inside part here and fill in the rest of this part right here on this end. You see where the opening is at the angle. If you notice, a lot of the northern buildings built in the north are have winter openings, so you get out the weather and everything before you make it to the entrance. This is the way this is built. They did more like that. They started building that way up, all up to the 60s, 20s to the 60s, with the newer brick buildings. When they start building for more into brick and stone here in the United States. Yeah, I decided to go ahead and put in a glass door. I forgot what they call this top part of the top part of this. Most of these larger doors had a where they be able to let the heat out in the building and everything during the summer times. Transom, I believe they call it, the top part here. But I'm gonna make it a glass door. I'll probably put a larger piece up here. Add another step up before you enter the door itself. Okay, here's the parts for my skylight. Here's my glass door. I might put a bar across here. You notice the way the shape of this door is? That's because of this part here. It sits over this part here. Hope I got enough room left on this thing. Now here's the finished skylight here. Okay, how you like the door? I got the inside here, got the window. I haven't put the bar across here yet. That's kind of a neat little door, glass door. I got an old hobby store had a door like this, but it came from the opposite side. Okay, when I put it all together, I'm going to probably put that bar across there to see how it looks. I wanted to see how it looks without that bar on there going across the front of it. It divides the two glasses from the top and the bottom. But this is the inside structure. Okay, I won't finish the bottom detail till after I put it all together. Add the detail here around the windows here till after I finish putting the building completely together. And I add my other windows, my skylights. Okay, here's my floral shop. He knows the skylights. How you like it? I'm showing most of the top right here right now. I'll flip it down to the bottom. There you go. That kind of neat little building. Yeah, there's the front end of it. I like the entrance. I make it a little bit large on the picture window, or the shopping window. Get all my framing trimming on there now. And nothing on the sides. Here, look at the back end of it. Got a small single window. There you go. She's all finished and ready to be painted. Of course, it's already gone on its way to Texas though.